Now what we're going to do is move into section 3.2, not 4.2. I don't know why I said that in the last video, but we're moving into 3.2 where we're looking at conditional probability and the multiplication rule. Essentially, we're talking about taking things beyond simple events and looking at how we can get probabilities either assuming we have multiple things happening at once, or to start with conditional probability, what happens if we look at a probability for something assuming something else already occurred. And to understand this, we're going to start with another one of those basic card examples. These are always good places to go in terms of being able to find things that we need. So let's say that you have a deck of cards and you draw one card and it's a queen. Well, the probability of getting this queen here, you have to understand, would be 4 out of 52. And the reason why it's 4 out of 52 is because you have 52 cards in the deck, and 4 of them happen to be queens. So, if you just want to get that very basic idea out there, the probability of a queen is just 4 out of 52. Or if you prefer, there's 4 suits, and in each suit, 1 queen, 1 out of 13. So that reduction actually makes a little bit of sense in terms of what the cards are. But let's say that you have your cards and you're just going to keep the queen on hand. You know you've got this one, so now you've got 51 cards left. You want to think about what the probability is that if you draw another card, it happens to be a king. Well, if you want to talk about the probability of getting a king in that context, you have to bear in mind that you already have the queen in hand. You've already got one card out of the deck. And as a result, the probability of getting that king is necessarily going to have been affected. Even though it's not a great deal of change, you still do have different probability there of getting the king given that you already have the queen. So that's where we have this idea of conditional probability, where we are looking at the likelihood of some outcome given that something else already occurred that affected it in some meaningful way. So if we want to do this, we use the notation P of some event B given A, where we notate given with that vertical bar. That's how this is read. If we want to talk about the probability of getting a king in that scenario, that is getting a king given that we already had a queen. There are 4 kings in the deck and 51 cards left. So that conditioned probability would be 4 out of 51.